Since they came out about a year ago, I've been looking for this specific bullet for quite a while. Today, we're going to be talking about Hornady's new ELD VT bullets. We're going to have them in 100 grains with the 6.5 millimeter diameter. So welcome back and let's get into it. So here's the bullet. It is a 100 grain ELD VT. I haven't been able to find these bullets up until now. So we're just going to kind of take a look and see what they're going to do. So the first thing of note is where it is part of the ELD series from Hornady, we always talk about the BC. So the BC is 0.448, which is fairly high and is quite a bit higher actually than most other bullets in the 100 grain size. So if we look here, here's one of the bullets. They're not too bad looking of a bullet. And then we have it loaded in the 6.5 Creedmoor because that's the only thing we could find was a 6.5 millimeter in this bullet. But they are loaded to 2.40 overall length. So it should sit well in the mag, and it's a decent looking little bullet there. So here are the three different ELD bullets available. We have the ELD Match, the ELD VT, and the ELDX. Now, just taking a look at the VT, it looks like a similar ogive to the ELDM. So my concern with these bullets is going to be that where my gun sometimes struggles with these ELD Match bullets, is it going to struggle with accuracy with these ELD VT bullets, or is it going to be more like these ELDX bullets where it shoots well? We'll have to go out to the range and find out, but I'm hopeful that the ELD VT is going to do well, but we'll have to see. So here we have the 10 bullets of the 6.5 millimeter 100 grain ELD VTs, and we're going to see how consistent they actually are. So we have 103, 100.2, 100.4, 100.3, 100.1, 100.3, 100.3, 100.4, 100.2, and 100.4. For the loads with this 100 grain ELD VT, we are going to be using H4350, which it looks like it should be right in that right burn rate, as well as the ability for us to get good case fill as well. And what we're going to be using is some 6.5 Creedmoor small rifle pocket Lapua brass. So I like the small rifle pocket because it is easier to find primers for it, for one. But for two, I can find cheap bench rest primers for it. So taking a look here, this ballistic chart is going to be based off of 3,200 feet per second from the muzzle, which gives us an energy of 2,273 foot-pounds of energy. So it's a small light bullet. It's going to be moving faster, and it's not going to pack a whole lot of punch. But as we get out a little further into ranges, 200 yards, we have 2,760 feet per second. So it still retains quite a bit of velocity, even out to 500 yards, where we're 2,176 feet per second. But at 1,000 yards, it definitely dives off some, just because where it is a lighter bullet, it's not going to carry that velocity as far out. But the BC does help with that. We can also see that at 500 yards, we're only at 7.7 MOA, or about 40.3 inches in drop. So realistically, for a varmint bullet, this thing should do great. And even if you wanted to stretch it out and shoot targets and still at 1,000, it's doable. overall, I feel like the expectations for this bullet are fairly high. If it ends up being like the ELDX, we should expect phenomenal accuracy, sub MOA groups with pretty high velocities where it is a light bullet. However, if it takes after the ELDMs, we could end up with something a little more erratic in group sizes, and we could end up with something that, well, isn't quite what we want it to be. So stick around and we'll see what we can do.